I think the biggest thing about it is a lot of those who have been kind of waiting on the sidelines say, I don't know if I should get into crypto. It's very, very chaotic. It goes up, it goes down. I don't really know what to do with it. Well, what they've been waiting for, what the crypto enthusiasts have been waiting for, is for the federal government to provide a framework, to provide some quote unquote legitimacy in terms of regulation and in terms of a framework for how they're going to be to kind of legitimize this currency. So what they've done now with the Genius Act is they've provided like we keep saying the word framework for how you can regulate what they call stable coins or stable coin currency, stable coins, which are basically just it's an asset that's pegged to the value of the US dollar. And so it's a relatively safe bet, but it's really just people putting faith in whoever is pushing this coin. So for instance, President Trump has a stable coin that is pegged to the US dollar. People can invest in that and have confidence that it is backed by the US dollar, which of course is backed, by the policies of President Trump. So they're putting their faith into that asset. And now that has framework that is going to be backed up by the SEC. It's going to be backed up by, the IRS. It's going to be seen as a legitimate asset that somebody can hold. They're going to do that for cryptocurrency. I think, believe it or not, next week, I think they're going to do that. And they're also going to make sure that we provide even more stability by saying the US government isn't going to create one of these currencies. So they're going to sign that law as well, Andrew. So it is very complicated, but all you need to know is that it has more legitimacy now that the US government is fully in on it.
I've tried to think of it like this, and maybe this is wrong, that if
Yeah.
you're in Vegas and somebody hands you chips from one of the casinos, now
Hmm.
you know that you could go into the casino and get cash money. You
Right.
even know that if you probably walk into a store and say, "Hey, can I buy something with this chip?" The person knows they can go get cash money for it from the casino. So people in Vegas will use casino chips like a currency because they know they could trade them in for cash money, American dollars. Is that kind of how crypto works?
Well, look, I mean, people were thinking that is what Bitcoin was going to be early on. Is that, hey, I can buy pizza using Bitcoin, or in the state of Ohio when I was there, Josh Mandel said you can pay your taxes using Bitcoin. It was actually kind of a smart move because since then Bitcoin went like this. But the bottom line is that it really hasn't become that. It's become something that you hold on to, and so that's what this legislation is going to do. It's going to treat it as an asset. It's going to treat it as an investment. It's going to treat it as something that can be regulated like, a stock can be regulated or as a mutual fund can be regulated. And that's good because that shows stability, that shows legitimacy. You can trust this, you can count on this. Of course, it's still a risk though, Andrew. I wouldn't be saying that this is all safe and all good to go right now. But it is what, as President Trump said last summer when he courted the crypto lobby, he said, I'm in. I'm your guy. I'm going to deliver anything that I can to make this more stable and more able to compete against other traditional investments.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.